to touch on one approach that you actually mentioned, because you know I was going to bring this up. You had me at hug. You know that's a big part of what I do. And you also have something very similar, which is your hug, hum, rock relief process, which is a self-soothing approach similar to what havening is. And look, I mean, self-soothing has been around way longer than you and I have been on the planet. But how did this come into your space? Because it's similar in that you're giving yourself a hug, which science proves that that is helpful, releasing the oxytocin, letting that amygdala know that it's okay and it's safe. And then obviously you're activating the vagus nerve from doing the humming, right? And rocking, which is something we've been doing since we were born. So how did Connie come to find, oh, this really works for me?
Okay. This is my popcorn story. So my mom had passed away a few months previously, and I was puking on movie popcorn like it was going out of style. And within months, I'd gained 21 pounds and felt like a fraud and just physically felt awful. And so one day I'm like, okay, I really do need the escape. So I'm going to go to the movie, but I'm not going to get out of my car, which incidentally was a gift from my mother when she was dying. So that was very nice. So I'm not going to get out of my car until I have developed the fortitude to pass on that movie popcorn in the theater. So I sat in my car, and I like CDs. I know I'm old school. And I turned on a CD, and it was a very soothing CD. And just, it was like instinctively, I started wrapping my arms around myself. And so I was like hugging myself. And then I started rocking. And then I was humming along. And then I was, kind of fondled myself. And I was like, oh, it's okay, Connie, for everything you've been through. And so I did that through one song, maybe 3 minutes. And I was like, I think I'll do it one more time, just to be safe. And so I repeated the whole process. So after roughly, 4 or 5 months of see popcorn, eat popcorn, hate myself for eating the popcorn, this was the first time that I went into a movie theater, saw the popcorn, snubbed the popcorn, and did not eat it. And that's how the hug, hum, rock relief process was born. But since I'm a journalist, I then dove into the research. I was like, why did this work so well? Like, this was amazing. And basically it was by combining those various techniques, all of which have had science to back them all up. So hugging in of itself has its own benefits. Oxytocin. And then humming does something else. And self-soothing touch. And you can hug, and you don't have to hug someone else if nobody's around. Let's say your kids are off to school and your honey's at work. Well, just hug yourself. And so that's how the hug, hum, rock relief process was born. But then I didn't feel like I wasn't ready to talk about it till I did all the research first.
Right. And when I read
the research was fascinating.
It is fascinating. And I feel like every day I'm still learning about how the self-soothing and benefits of touch are so helpful for us to be able to nurture and self-regulate ourselves. We can't always depend on other people to be able to do that for us, and we need to be able to nurture and mother ourselves. So doing that together, releasing that oxytocin and giving yourself that soothing touch is just such a beautiful way to say, well, it kind of goes back to the fast, right? It's the appreciation of self. It's this technique. It's being kind to yourself. And it's similar to what we do in the havening technique as well. But anything that helps us heal from the inside out is beneficial. And yeah, being able to change that habit in the process, because being able to walk by that popcorn because you're releasing those really awesome chemicals, right? Those hormones already from soothing yourself, you we're letting your amygdala know that it doesn't necessarily need that. It's going to go where you take it, because the amygdala doesn't know time or space anyway. So
Yeah.
you gave it the popcorn in a different way.